Hello and welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day. This is Campbell from Autodidactic Channel. And of course, autodidactic means to be self-educated. And we all need to be self-educated because self-education is the way forward. If you're not self-educated, then you're not really thinking for yourself. And so today what I wanted to do is, maybe stretch the thinking a little bit. In front of us, this is a map from 1587 called Monty's Planisphere. And as you can see, this is the original map. It's actually lots of sections. It's pretty big and it's drawn as a circle. And we can see familiar land masses in here that we're shown. We've got North America, Central America here, South America, Africa over here, Europe, Asia. And then down here, we kind of have a problem because this is where Australia is supposed to be. And I'll just turn it around. So this is where Australia is supposed to be. As you can see, we've got India and Asia here, Southeast Asia. So we've got Java, Sumatra. And this is 1497 too, by the way. So all these names were known. Java Minor. And then no Australia, but we have this landmass. And what's it called? New Guinea. The territory or the land of New Guinea. And on this side of this line, it's called Brasilia region. Brasilia. So pretty interesting. This is what I wanted to have a look into. So let's jump into it. All right, now I've shown this map before, but I was actually watching a video from Divergent Channel. So go over and check him out. He's been putting out a lot of content, lots of anomalies and things. But he did a video down here. It wasn't that long ago, but he's put out so many videos called Australia is Fake or something like this. Oh my gosh, now I can't find it. This one here, Australia does not exist on a crater flat earth globe with curved water. And he was showing in that, it was pretty interesting. What he was showing was, first of all, the land masses, how this is now Australia. And secondly, the creatures that we find down here. And things like this, which is, of course, a rabbit. And he mentioned that in Australia, we actually have, I think we have the two longest fences in the world, but one of them is called the rabbit fence or the rabbit-proof fence. The state barrier fence of Western Australia, formerly known as the rabbit-proof fence or the state vermin fence, and also the emu fence, is a pest exclusion fence constructed between 1901 and 1907 to keep rabbits and other agricultural pests from the east out of Western Australia's pastoral areas. There are 3 fences in the West Australian original fence. The original number 1 fence, which goes north to south. Number 2 fence is smaller and further west, and number 3 is smaller still and runs east to west. The fences took 6 years to build. When completed in 1907, the rabbit-proof fence stretched 3,256 kilometres, and the cost to build each kilometre of fence at the time was about $250, equivalent to $18,906 in 2018. And when it was completed in 1907, it was the largest unbroken fence in the world. And down here we have a rabbit. Now, why I find that interesting is because Of course, here's another one. In Australia, we have other creatures like this, which looks like a wallaby. Not the best looking wallaby, but kangaroos and wallabies. There's another rabbit. So these rabbits are everywhere. That's a bit more hare-like. But rabbits jump or hop, and so do kangaroos. And so they both move the same way. And when you think about it, but we're told that rabbits came from Europe, but did they really? Maybe they traveled the other way, because apart from the fact that rabbits give birth to live young, that's really the major difference. And these are more ground animals that sort of when rabbits, they don't run, but they move the same as a kangaroo. When a kangaroo walks on the ground, slowly it'll put its hands down and sort of jump with its back legs, just like a rabbit does, but a rabbit does it very quickly. Their legs kind of bounce backwards rather than like ours that bend forwards, if that makes sense. So yeah, similarities there. The other thing is, down here we've got crocodiles, some beasts. I'm not sure what that is. It's covered in spots. Maybe, representing a Tasmanian tiger, but they had stripes on them. Maybe there was a different variant, who knows? But, we've got things like, I don't know what they are. Goats, maybe. We've definitely got goats in Australia. We've definitely got camels all through Australia, all through the outback. And the same story, they were just supposed to be brought here in the 1800s, to help people, tradespeople and to just get into the interior and explore and all that stuff. But, the question again remains is, how do you get a camel to Australia from Europe? Do you put it on a boat in the 1800s, a little sailboat? And would it survive 6 to 9 months at sea without being able to move? That's a question I ask a lot. We've also got things like griffins. So a few, what we call mythical creatures. But what I really wanted to look at was just, territory of New Guinea. Now, this one is Brasilia, and this island down here is part of Brasilia. So there's more lands. And Brazil is still here. Brazil, this is already called America. This is 1497, is that correct? Sorry, 1587. So yeah, this is 100 years after the whole Columbus story. And of course, you can see the ring here of land around the outside, of course, on a flat disk, that's what Antarctica would be. So these continents, did they just get frozen over? Did something happen and they got frozen over? Because you can see there's pathways through here as well. Is there more land outside, like on the maps that we've seen, the ancient Japanese map? And there's other maps as well that show even more land. And there's a story called the Iron Republic, which talks about people who actually say that they sailed through here in the 1600s, found more land and started a new society away from what they called, they were escaping tyranny. Of course, we have Hyperborea up here as well. Now, in this map, I just want to see, what's this called? Okay, the circle of the Arctic. Okay, we'll come back to that later. So yeah, that's the map. So Brazil, Australia around here, and this is all just Guinea, and there's not really any mention of, Terra Australis on this one. But it's an interesting map. I'll leave the link in the description, so check it out. It's also got all the kings around here. It tells you, about the countries that they were ruling and stuff. It's got more sort of star charts and things here. Very detailed map. You can zoom right in on it. You can check out all the names of all the places. There's cities everywhere. This is Greenland across here. Up here. So Greenland's got a completely different shape. This is New Zembla, which kind of appears and disappears. And also Iceland, and Friesland, which again appears and disappears. And this is Hitlandia. Yeah, it's in a couple of maps. Terra Verde, I'm not sure what that is. And one other thing I'll point out, it's a very interesting map, is always in Hyperborea, you always see this. One landmass has always got pygmies, the land of the pygmies. Habitat, Dalri Afu. Not sure what that is, but pygmy. And then if you look on the other ones, no pygmies there. Oh, this one's got pygmies too. Oh, there you go. I lie. I've been caught out. But yeah, always mentions pygmies up there. And if you go to South America, it tells us that there's giants down in South America, which is down here. Patagonia, the region of the giants. And while I'm down here, let's just turn this around a bit. You'll see this, sorry, it's not the best position. You'll see this is called Terra del Fuego, which means the land of fire. And you can see it's all red, the land of fire. Looks like there's an emu or an ostrich down there, a strange human-headed creature. But the land of fire, this is now all iced over. So again, this is all green, these regions. So, this is telling us, and this looks like desert, so it's sort of showing us that, this didn't used to be frozen over around the outside. And this is, what, 500 years ago, a bit more. So yes, Australia. So Australia, so New Guinea at the moment, I mean, it's kind of where this is. This Gilolo region, but it's bigger than that. It's half of it's Papua New Guinea now. It's Papua New Guinea, not New Guinea, and the other half is East Timor. But now there's just a lot of islands there. So clearly, and there is different shapes to the continents and the land masses. So could be just water change, but yeah. So let's look at what the other maps show us about what was going on with Australia and New Guinea back in the day. So this one's from 1525, oval map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. Doesn't tell us who it's by, author's name not given. It's in Arabic by the looks of it. But look at this landmass down the bottom here. Now this is, obviously drawn as, the early sort of globes, how they drew it as a globe. But you can see there's a landmass that covers the whole bottom here. So if this was a round map, that would be going all the way around. And up the top here, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 continents. And again, this line here will come more important. So there you go. This is 1525, landmass, no Australia. So this is where Australia would be here. This one is 1590. Now, this one is an interesting one. As you can see, they're just showing the center, Africa, Europe, bit of Asia. Out here, just sort of got zone temperate zones, frigid zones down here. And it says not inhabitable, basically. And so what I find interesting is this. So we have the equator, which is here, which they're calling the sieve aestivalis. Okay, so this line through the middle here, it's called sieve aestivalis. Now, sieve in Google Translate under Latin just comes out as or. So I'm not sure exactly, obviously something to do with line or circle, I think. So this is the equator. Below it, oh no, this would be the equator here, sorry. The aqueduct circulus, so yeah, the biggest circle. Above it we have the north, or the north circle, let's call it, the south circle, and then all these uninhabited land. Now down here we have Sieve Australis. Now this is from 1590, or is that an I? And Australia wasn't found. Well, the story is that the Dutch didn't get here until the late 1600s, 100 years after this map. But they were already calling it the line of Australia. So it was already, they knew it was down here, but, they tell us that they didn't. And up the top here, the line of Borealis is what they call, this is what we now call the Arctic Circle, Borealis. So, of course, we have the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis. And in the old maps, it's been taken off here. Septentrio means north, I believe. Hyperborea, hyper above the boreal line. That's what Hyperborea is. So I found that map interesting. Now this one, I think I've got this one up twice, no? This one, that last one, by the way, was by Ortelius, Abraham Ortelius, 1590. This one, again, Abraham Ortelius, this is 1570. And this time he's got the terror of Australia, the Australian territory, nondum cognito, so not found, or, hidden. And again, it just goes the whole way across the bottom of the map. And across here, this is what Australia would be, and it's just called beach. And they got that right because we do have beaches. In here, we've got an island, something Java Minor. Now, Java Minor was in a different place, wasn't it, on another map? Was it this one? No, it was this big one, wasn't it? Java Minor, there. See, on the other one, this is connected up here somewhere. And Java Minor is on the inside. Here, Java Minor. Interesting. So this is just changing all the time. Java Major. This is looking a little bit what like New Guinea looks like now. But yeah, definitely named Australia. Not supposed to have been found, or they didn't supposed to have not known it was there. But the landmass isn't, it's just sort of, the land of Australia hidden. So there you go. This one has got Hyperborea and even New Zembla, and it seems to be part of Hyperborea in this one. So isn't that interesting? Because this large island of Hyperborea seems to be joined to New Zembla, which is almost joined to Tartaria. So there you go. I'll leave the links for all these maps in the description so you can check them out. They are quite interesting when you look at them. Here's Greenland, change shape again. Ireland, Friesland. Ireland keeps getting bigger and smaller. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff to be seen. This is 1597. This is Antonio Magini. And again, the same thing, Terra Australis, not supposed to have been discovered yet. Now we have New Guinea as an island. It's broken off. Circle of Antarctica, but again, it goes all the way across the bottom of, what they've drawn here as a globe. So there you go, up the top, of course. And again, New Zembla is now joined to Hyperborea, Tartaria. There you go. And Russia and Tartaria, that's interesting. And across here, more Hyperborea, Greenland, Iceland, all that kind of stuff. So Australia's still not there, but we've now got New Guinea. So, you know, this is like changing, you know, the maps just keep changing. I think we've jumped forward. No, this is 1594. And this one is Bernard Polydonus, Terra Australis. Okay. Up over here, we have, we don't have New Guinea. In Chile, the Solomonus might be the Solomon Islands. Is that where they are? Don't even know. These maps are very strange. Up the top here, we do have Hyperborea. Bit of writing there. I can't read that. It's not too hard to read. Greenland, fortified, Anglos, I don't know. Hootie Village, vacant, Greenland, something. And of course, the circle is now the circle of the Arctic. It's no longer the circle of Borealis. Up here again, more Hyperborea above the line of Borealis, you know, the lights of what's it called? The Aurora Borealis, is that correct? I keep thinking of the Australian watch, which is, I can't even think at the moment. But anyway, the Ocean of Tartaria. And now New Zembla is not connected. And this is all within, you know, 30 years, these last few maps where, you know, New Zembla was connected to Hyperborea, almost connected down here as well. And now it's, you know, there's quite a bit of ocean in there. And down the bottom, what's happening? Territory of Australia again. Got a bit of writing, Australia. Distant, 450, what's that, leagues maybe? Is that capital? The capital? I'm not sure. St. Augustine maybe? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so some interesting writing there. Across here, regions. What was that? Wastimus regions. If anyone can read this, please let me know what it says. Blah, blah, blah. Beach again. Province of Arifia. But no Australia. Oh, okay, New Guinea is now here. Now look, it's now joined again. Okay, so this is 1594. This one here is 15. Okay, this one is after 1597. Sorry, so now it's come apart. And these obviously flipped. Here it's just starting to split off. Or get inundated by water maybe, you know, it might be sea levels rising. And down here, this will be the last one we look at because it's getting a bit long. But yeah, I'll leave all the links. You can spend hours looking at these maps. This one's got quite a bit, again, of writing. A lot of them do. So again, if anyone can read this. And what we'd have down the bottom, Terra Australis Incognito. So the hidden land of Australia. So they knew it was already called Australia. They knew it was there. This is 1630 by Jansen Blow, something like that. So here it goes across the bottom, the whole way across the map. Again, they try and show you here that it's on a ball. But in this one, there's no landmass in the middle. There's no Arctic, no Antarctica in the middle. Just these land masses around the outside. Up here again, it's just called a beach. I don't know why. What does beach mean, I wonder? And this would be New Guinea right on the edge there. So connected again. And okay, so this one is 1630 and it's clearly connected. But if we go back to this one, 30 years earlier, it's an island. So what's going on? And you'll notice in all of these as well, they've all got Capricorn and Cancer as the tropics. This one, Capricorn, Cancer. Where is Cancer? Up here somewhere. This one is the different one with, oh no, that's the same Tropic of Cancer, sorry, Tropic of Capricorn. That one we can't read. And it's this one here that's got, here, there it is. Okay, so it's got both here. The line of Borealis, and on this side it's got the circle of the Arctic. Oh, yeah, the circle of the Arctic. Oh, okay, so it does. Tropic of Capricorn and the line of whatever that says. Interesting. And the reason I point that out is because the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer are not from this age, and they're not from the last age. We're now in the age of Aquarius. We've just come out of the age of Pisces. And the Tropic of Capricorn and Cancer are from the previous age, which was Taurus, I believe. So all these maps seem to be, apart from the fact they don't sort of match up, and they're saying that, you know, they're naming things that they say hidden and all this kind of stuff and different changing land masses, they don't seem to be from the right age. And there's a video I'll link below. Flat Fact does an awesome video on that. Around here you can see we've got lots of cool pictures. Got Zeus here in his wheelchair, and what's he holding but something that looks like a fascist maybe, or some kind of lightning bolt weapon. Zeus, of course, shot the lightning bolt down from Mount Olympus. Here we've got Saturn, the Reaper, with these dragons, and nice symbolism, very alchemical looking. We've got some pictures down here, but the best ones are these. Pharos. Is that in Greece? I'm not sure, but look at this. Looks like the Tower of Babel. Looks like it's covered. Big city, huge spires everywhere. This is 1630. The Jupiter Olympicus. Okay, so this would be the statue of Jupiter at the Olympics. You can see he's holding his bolt again, a bolt of lightning in his hand, which he shot down from the mountain, and people are wrestling each other, playing Olympics. The Temple of Diana, massive old world temple, little people running around, and this is their tools. They're sitting hitting wood with hammers. This one, a mausoleum. Not sure whereabouts this one is, but looks a lot like a pyramid. And speaking of pyramids, look at this, the pyramids. But what's going on here? This looks like some kind of kiln or some kind of industrial process going on. I'm not sure. And look, these are what they're calling pyramids. But look, they're all up on these. And clearly, people looks like you can go into them. Tall and skinny, like the ones that we see, you know, more like the ones from Ethiopia rather than the ones that we see in Egypt and China and that. Very tall, very obelisk-like, and all built up on these big pedestals, these big bases. So pretty interesting. Here's a Colossus of Rhodes. Got to not have your mast too high going through there, or you might drop his fire on your boat. But yeah, completely built out, buildings everywhere, 1630s, and this is Babylonia. And it looks like we have the Tower of Babel as well. There you go, someone fighting a lion. No doubt that's allegory for the lions, who would be a kind of people, of course, that the royals today love their lions. And someone with a bow shooting the lion. Built out. Look at this doorway down here. But just, yeah, and then a few more pictures up the side there of some more gods and things. So there you go, some interesting maps. So hope you enjoyed that one. just a bit of a look at the anomalies on maps and what's really going on. You know, a bit about the creatures. Here's another scary creature fighting a lion. You know, and we hear about these creatures, they're all through, you know, the stories of the past, shall we say. You know, so were they real? Were they not? Who knows? Is there more land out here that's been hidden? Is Antarctica still frozen? Is that what all this green, you know, the green movement and the greenhouse effect and everything that they're telling us about, is that what this really is about? Is land going to rise back up in the middle? Who knows? These questions and more will be answered coming to you soon in the future. So I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think's happened with all these maps, and especially with the tropics. Why are we looking at tropics from a couple of ages ago? And as we saw, it looks like the Arctic Circle used to be the Borealis Circle, basically. And this is why this is Hyperborea, above the Borealis. So that means that when you think about it, when you're in here, you'd be looking the other way at the lights, I guess, the northern lights. So are they produced in here somewhere? What's going on? What are the northern lights? Interesting topic. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for spending some time with me. And I do appreciate all your support, all your comments, likes, shares. So thank you all. And thank you especially to everyone who does support me on Patreon, PayPal, through my merch store and things like that. And if you would like to help out, there are links below in the description. So stay awesome because you are, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.